why don't we sell RTX 4090 graphics cards at the moment? Right now, 4090s especially are incredibly overpriced. The typical MSRP for a 4090 should be about $1,600, but right now you can get an RTX 4090 for the low price of $2,000 to $3,000. It's only a down payment on a car for one part in your PC. Like this ROG white RTX 4090, like look at the price tag on that. That's ridiculous for a graphics card, just the graphics card. You could buy your whole entire PC system for the price of just the graphics card. So in this video, I'm hoping that we will be able to give you a little bit of insight as a retail store as to why we personally don't sell RTX 4090s at the moment. Let's get straight into the video. Howdy, my name is Timmy, here with Sirius Power PC, and today I'm going to give you all a little bit more insight as to why we personally don't sell the RTX 4090. We all know that the RTX 4090 is the top of the line card from NVIDIA, and that it provides just absolutely ridiculous performance for gaming, high-end, high-resolution video editing. It provides a lot of AI capabilities as well for training and building up algorithms. But the main question that I hope to answer in this video is, what are its price to performance capabilities? Can you even justify that high of a price? And especially in 2024 with other cards like the RTX 4080 Super and AMD's just entire line of much more budget-friendly options, is it really worth the price? Or are they just simply overcharging you? Let's get straight into that today. Right now, RTX 4090s are all-time high. All-time high for just graphics cards in general. If you look at, Amazon, Newegg, pretty much any other major computer part market, you can look and see that depending on what brand and manufacturer you get your RTX 4090 from, you're going to be paying close to $2,200 or higher amounts of money, again, depending on that brand or manufacturer. So the two reasons we decided not to sell the RTX 4090 are really fairly simple. The price to performance ratio just isn't there, especially when compared to other cards like the 4080 Super or higher end AMD cards. The price to performance is just off. It just doesn't add up. And then also to help you, the customer, save as much money as you possibly can. There are just so many more economical options for a graphics card nowadays that we, as a retail manufacturer of these PCs, we don't see it as worth the ridiculously high price tag you're going to pay for this card. Now, I also feel like I need to clarify. We will, in the event that you want an RTX 4090 in your system, we will put an RTX 4090 in your system. However, it's going to cost you so much more that if you look on our custom PC builder, we don't currently offer an option to select the RTX 4090 simply because it is so darn expensive. We would have to have you specifically ask for a custom-made PC, and we can put an RTX 4090 if you want, but it's such a high price tag that we choose not to make it one of the options when looking at purchasing a PC from us. If money isn't an issue for you and you just want the absolute latest and greatest parts, perfectly cool. We can slap a 4090 in your PC if you want it. However, if you're looking to utilize your budget and get the most out of your budget, then we here at Sirius Power PC are here to help. Now, if you check out some reliable review sources like Gamers Nexus and like Linus Tech Tips, you will see that the 4090 almost always has a giant performance boost over, say, the AMD 7900 XTX or the 4080 or the 4080 Super. However, if you ignore performance for just a sec and look at the price to performance ratio, you'll see a completely different story. As an example, we're going to use Rainbow Six Siege on 4K Ultra settings. If we take a look at the RTX 4090 at these settings, we can see that it's $10.50 per FPS. However, if you take a look at the RTX 4080 on these exact same settings, granted you will get a slightly lower frame rate, it is $5.57 per FPS as opposed to double that much with an RTX 4090. Even more, if you take a look at the RX 7900 XTX, you can see that it's going to get $5.05 per FPS. Again, almost half of the cost for not an insane amount of frames more. In case you're worried about the performance of these cards, saying, oh, it's not fair to pit a 4090 because it's so much faster, an RX 7900 XTX is 18.5% lower performance, and an RTX 4080 is going to be around 27 to 30% less performance in terms of just raw FPS than a 4090. Again, if budget is not a problem, perfectly fine, awesome, we'll put a 4090 in your PC for you. However, we here at Sirius Power PC want to help you truly get the absolute best parts for your budget, and we want your budget to work for you. And realistically, a 4090 is not going to be in the budget for most people. At the time, it was very, very important, but now at this point, it's fairly minor. You also have to consider the 4090 is just so powerful and draws so much power that when it released, there were a lot of issues with power supplies, just going crazy, right? Melting power supply ports, melting ports on the graphics card because it couldn't keep up with them. Thankfully, NVIDIA has been able to fix this thanks to their partners and obviously time, right? The initial launch isn't going to be quite as great as the product has, had a bit of time on the market to be tested. That's another thing you have to think about, is in the event that you're upgrading to a 4090, you're almost assuredly going to have to upgrade your power supply unless you budgeted a ton of extra wattage when you built your PC or when you bought your PC. It's just a thing to consider, obviously, right? Like, NVIDIA was voiding warranties. There were issues with that due to things melting, but thankfully, that has kind of calmed down. But it is another thing to consider, is if you're upgrading your PC, you do need to be careful and be aware that the 4090 is going to take significantly more wattage than a lower end graphics card. Now, to wrap things up, do you personally think it's worth the $1,200 to $2,000 that it is to have slightly higher, we're talking like 18.5% or 28 to 30% higher performance in your PC? Let us know in the comments down below. If you have the means, the money, and the extra wattage in your PSU to buy an RTX 4090, or if you're building a PC and money isn't a problem, again, awesome. We will put an RTX 4090 in your system. However, if you're looking for a more cost-effective alternative method to the 4090, we can help you out, or we can just up and recommend other cards like the RX 7900 XTX, or we can offer the RTX 4080s or 4080 Supers or 4070 Ti Supers. We here at Sirius Power PC aren't against the RTX 4090 by any means. However, we want you to have the absolute best PC for whatever your budget is, and most budgets aren't going to include the extra room for an RTX 4090. Again, just quick disclaimer, this entire video, it's our opinion. If you have a different opinion, no problem at all. However, this is what we personally feel about the RTX 4090. If you have any questions or more information that you want that I didn't answer in this video, you can reach out to us at SiriusPowerPC.com, or you can leave a comment in the comment section of this video, and I'll do my absolute best to respond to as many comments as I possibly can. My name is Timmy, here with Sirius Power PC, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and dropping a like on this video, as it really, really helps our channel, and dropping that like feeds the algorithm so that more people can see our content. Comment down below if there's a certain topic you want us to cover. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video.